What's happening, financial coaches? It's Pete here. Hey, I saw a question online and it was actually posed to everyone. It was a public question. And it basically said that I'm putting together a virtual presentation on credit repair. This is going to be an hour with 10 or 15 minutes for questions. And I was just wondering what you think should be in that presentation. Now, this isn't an answer to this specific question, but it's an answer or my guidance on people that are trying to put together presentations in general. So I see a lot of times people ask me or post online questions about what should be in this, any ideas what people are looking for, where should I start, what should be included, what should be the structure. And basically what I would say is that almost any financial presentation you're going to do, unless you have invented the concept yourself, when I've done some things on financial concepts where I've built them or developed them on my own, then you have to start from scratch. But I kind of follow a very similar format that I do in everything else. I kind of stage the problem. I explain what the issue is for most people and why they want to solve it, and then I lead them through the solution and then have a summary at the end. But in most cases, any of these things, credit repair, credit scores, borrowing, lending, buying a first home, qualifying for a mortgage, whatever it might be, most of these exist out there and are free. And what I would suggest, as opposed to going out there and firing off this question to a group of people, a Facebook group, a Reddit, subreddit, or something like that, and then just taking all of these bits and pieces of input, I would just Google it, like credit repair presentation, credit score presentation, paying off debt presentation, whatever. You will probably find for many of these topics hundreds or thousands of free ones. Some will be videos, some will be PowerPoint decks, some will be PDFs, whatever it is. And usually what I do is I will look at some of these and I'll usually just glance at them online and kind of swipe through them and be like, hey, this one is really good. This one's pretty basic. I don't like the flow of this one. And I will usually bookmark 2 or 3 of them. If I find, hey, this one's really good at the setup and the basic stuff, this one goes into some detail, I really like that, I will often take and print out 2 or 3 of them. And so I will have these presentations printed out, they're usually, 15, 20 slides sometimes, and then just start piecing together a presentation from these slides on what I really like. And then I will kind of have at the end maybe a 25 slide presentation, and then I'll go and build my own based on this, right? I will go ahead and say, this is just now me kind of triaging together a presentation in a raw top level format that I like. I'll kind of go through it. I'll make a little outline of why I like these. This had some really good examples of why this is important. This one had some really good examples of how to do it. This one had really great graphics on how the whole process works or whatever it is. And then I build my own from that. And I don't usually copy and paste anything, but it's really just to take what's out there, which is usually a lot. And it's usually around even niche topics within the financial world. I mean, some of these can be travel hacks or how to hack credit card points or whatever it might be. I mean, there is so much stuff out there, and that's usually where I start, because from that, I can usually put together a presentation very quickly. If I'm putting something together, from scratch on my own, I can usually do that too, especially if it's something I've talked about a lot. But if it's new to you or you even have some experience in it, but you just kind of want to get a feel for what other institutions, big fund families, financial institutions, banks, nonprofits, financial coaches, financial counselors are putting together, they are usually out there in spades. So that's what I would do, is I would go out and kind of glance, and you'll probably see some things that are recurring themes throughout various presentations. You'll probably find something that's really unique to something. You might even find things that differ in the way they lay things out, or maybe some people will embed example videos in them. So I just think there's a lot of things out there that you can borrow from, use as inspiration, as opposed to just taking the feedback from, have something about how the credit score works and just have this bullet point list of stuff, and then you're trying to figure out the flow and the order and all of that too. So use what's already out there, because it probably already exists. So that's my suggestion on how to build a presentation. I'll see you later.